I have to pee real bad. Is that okay?
I'm right here.
That's gonna be the intro.
Oh, hey Enrico.
Happy fucking Monday.
Got a case of the Mondays. No, actually, I'm doing pretty good.
Doing pretty good. Okay. You just reminded me, like, we're gonna what avatar are we gonna use of yours to represent you? Obviously, can't use fucking Samus Aran for the thumbnail. I don't
actually,
think.
Could you just put the Nintendo logo on there?
Yeah, I could do that.
Yeah.
I was thinking of using Garfspin, if that works with you. Is it called Garfspin? What the fuck's it called? The hellish Garfield avatar that you have?
Garfiend.
Oh, Garfiend. Okay, that's the first time I'm hearing that.
Yeah, yeah.
What the hell is it based off of, by the way? What's that mythical creature? I forgot the name of it.
I'm not entirely sure how to pronounce it, but it's a Beur. It's like B-E-U-R. It's like a 5-legged lion face demon. Probably from like the Manual of the Demons or something like that.
Oh, yeah. Okay, yeah. And now that I'm looking at, yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I was thinking maybe a combination of the different avatars I have. I have the tongue one too.
Oh, right. You have an actual tongue that was like rigged and everything too.
Yeah, as a joke.
We're just like shooting the shit right now, but like, who the fuck are you? You need to introduce yourself to the wider world.
I am Jertagadlafrata. That is how you pronounce my name. I am a virtual streamer. I virtually stream as a virtual avatar. I don't actually stream. If you go to my channel, you'll notice that I have no streams there.
Yeah, you stream like a handful of times.
Yeah.
But yeah, you're mostly... So everyone who's listening, Jert's a good friend of mine. And if you know me, then you know Jert as a mod. And I just really just wanted to have a very casual episode where... It's been so long since I actually talked to somebody on these podcasts with somebody that I actually talk to regularly. So like I'm kind of treating this as like a feel-good, not filler episode, because I do want to talk about some stuff, but like a feel-good episode where we just like shoot the shit.
Mm-hmm.
I met Jert through the fucking Nyanners Discord. I'm not going to make too fine a point of this, but you were a mod for Nyanners for a very long time.
I wouldn't say a very long time. I just picked up moderation when she started becoming a bit more popular on Twitch.
Oh, I see. Okay.
After the avatar thing. Yeah, she really needed the help there.
I see. Okay, I didn't know that. But yeah, you've been involved in that community for a while. Jert and I kind of like cross paths in that community every so often. I remember like for a while I actually thought Jert was Korean because I saw him posting pictures of kimbap and some other Korean food, I think. We weren't really talking. We're just kind of like talking to each other in passing. And then a friend of ours made like a smaller shared server, and then through that we kind of just like started talking a little more, but like still indirectly. And then only when I started streaming, you started attending my streams, and then only then did we actually start like talking, really.
Yeah, I just kind of showed up there so that I could kind of support you, because you always posted your stream link in that Discord, and you got permission to post it in Nyanners' thing. I was there hanging out.
I'm trying to like, this is so weird. This is the first time where I'm talking to you where I'm actually trying to like contrive a conversation instead of just like letting things flow naturally, because usually you and I are just like bullshitting, or we're just like talking about something that actually happened like in the day, or
yeah, or we just say
golf
come to each other for like hours at a time. Yeah,
pretty much. Yeah,
silence interrupted by Enrico saying come an hour.
Oh, that's not a bad idea.
That's all I am, is good ideas.
Also, you're like kind of breaking up on me, so I apologize if I don't like hear anything you say.
We're breaking up? This is sudden.
So yeah, we met each other over a year ago. I'd say like we really actually started talking to each other in like September of 2020. And then it was only when I started streaming in like November, December 2020 that like we actually started talking. I think I just made you mod on a whim, just because like I needed a mod while I was playing Undertale or something, and I just like modded you on a friggin' whim, and like you didn't seem to mind.
I bet it was a bot thing. I bet you got those wannabe famous bots, and I was like, just make me a mod, I'll take care of it.
Oh, okay. Okay, that sounds about right,
I think that's how I got a lot of my early mod positions.
I think I do remember that. But then yeah, you just kind of stuck around. We started talking more, and now look at us. Jert's a cool dude, everybody. I just really wanted to have him on just to have all of you guys appreciate him too.
Aww.
It's way too fucking early in the morning right now for me to be like sentimental and shit. But if it was like a little later in the evening and I had a drink in me, I'd probably be being a lot more sappy right now. But seriously, I appreciate the shit out of Jert. So you guys should all learn a few things about how awesome Jert is. Tell me about yourself. What are you in terms of like what you do on the internet?
I don't know. I feel like it's constantly changing. I'm not the sort of person that like likes to do one thing for too long, I guess. I like to keep it moving. I guess my streams, which I haven't really done much of, I did speedrunning, which is, I guess, more niche than I originally thought, but people seem really interested in that, so I kind of like streaming that. Hopefully get back to that. Watch a lot of Twitch. Obviously, I'm like a moderator for 10 different Twitch accounts. What else do I do on the internet? I got into modeling a little bit. Modeling as in like editing a 3D model, not posing for a camera.
I was like, what? Where did that come from?
Yeah, underwear model on the side.
My face just like contorted when you said that. I was like, what? What are you, where's it? What, are you joking right now? Is he like, I'm like waiting for the shit post, but you were like, oh, it's 3D models.
No, like Blender did some stuff for like VR chat, like importing like VRoids to VR chat, some PMX outputs and stuff.
Oh, cool.
It's kind of interesting because I can make something artistic without having any artistic talent, which is really nice.
Wait, so you make the models from like scratch?
No, I use like a character generator, like VRoid or something like that.
Oh,
and then
okay.
I do the technical part of like importing it through things. And there's some stuff. You have to like edit collarbones and stuff like that. But for the most part, no art skill required.
I'm always so curious about that shit because I hope this isn't a weird fucking segue for the people listening because we're having a cozy chat. But like the only familiarity I have with Blender is through Blender porn that I see on my Twitter timeline all the time. And I always just wonder how people make those models.
Great jiggle physics.
Yeah, great. I always wonder how people make those fucking models if they make them from scratch because sometimes they look slightly different from any model that seems like it's actually in the video game. So
right.
But anyway, yeah. So that's cool. I didn't actually know that. What brought that on?
Well, we used to hang out in VR chat a bit. I know we both kind of like discovered that at the same time.
Yeah.
We haven't really played that in a while.
Yeah, we haven't.
But there's so many avatars in that. I wanted my own, and so that was just like a rabbit hole of okay, well, how do you make a VR chat avatar? And then it was like, oh, that's pretty simple and straightforward. Now, how do I make like a PMX avatar so I can dance and Miku Miku dance, stuff like that? And that's obviously the next step.
Yeah. Right. I want to get to a point where I can have like a 3D model and make like these silly little bullshit videos with 3D model and make other types of content like VR chat content and stuff like that. That's one of my goals.
It is expensive unless you do it yourself, which you need unlimited time to do because it's a whole skill to master.
Maybe in the future, but yeah, you know what? Fuck it. I'm going to lean into the fact that I'm going to probably be like super sentimental this entire episode.
Do it.
Because this is a Jert appreciation episode. The first question I formulated in my head was like, do you remember the first voice call chat you and I ever had? I remember the first time we actually did. I mean, there were a few moments here and there where we were in like a big voice call together and we'd talk. And then like I remember there was one night. So I have a voice chat in my Discord, just like a shit post.
This is going.
Yeah. We have one channel in our Discord called Scream Chamber where it's just like one person capacity. It's like a voice channel with one person capacity.
I like the idea that you're explaining Scream Chamber to people that don't have context. You're like, oh, I don't want to get sentimental, but so there's this Scream Chamber. Go on, talk about how sentimental we are in the Scream Chamber.
By the way, yeah, the only people who are allowed to exceed that capacity are me and the mods in the Scream Chamber, and sometimes we have like a bunch of mods in the Scream Chamber just crammed all together. But yeah, anyway, we have another voice chat just as like a follow-up joke to Scream Chamber called Scream Duet, which is just like a max capacity of 2 people. So it's just like, I remember one night, I think it was like after a stream, this was like way back in like fucking January of last year, January 2021, when I was like only a month into streaming. I remember like Jert was in Scream Duet, and I just joined him, and we just started like bullshitting for like a couple of hours about like this or that, and I remember we were just like looking through Twitch together. We were looking at like fucking Plexstorm, that site that's now down, that adult streaming site that's now down.
Rip Plexstorm.
I remember we were both watching like a VTuber that was on Plexstorm. It was a great time, and I think back on that moment a whole lot because like times were a lot simpler then. I had a lot more free time in my hands.
Same.
I knew a lot less people. I didn't care about it as much as I care about now. Never gonna get those days back.
There's new days to make, new memories to make. You got lots more people to look at you make those memories too. Everything will be recorded. You can look back on it.
Yeah, absolutely. We never had like a turning point in our friendship where we decided something about each other. We just kind of like more and more just casually spend time with each other in voice calls and then start playing games together and shit like that. And it's like, I confide in Jert about a whole lot.
That's true. He's told me all the weird things he collects, the weird stuff he does on Sundays. That's kind of messed up, honestly, but you know. You take it one sentence at a time, and you can make it through anything, Enrico says.
Well, if anybody listening to this for the first time is going to take that completely sincerely, especially with your fucking tone.
Yeah. It's a lot of effort to do that.
So, Jert's a great dude. I'm going to keep saying that over and over again this entire episode. I really have to ask, since you really were here from the ground floor and you knew me pre-stream for like a couple months, this is going to lead into other questions, so hopefully this doesn't come off as too like me being self-aggrandizing. But what was your first impression of me before stream?
First impression before stream. Well, I didn't really know you individually at that point, so I kind of judged you by like the people around us at the time where we interacted. Everyone in that group was very nice and funny. It seemed like, we were just kind of there to joke. And so I kind of like passed that same sort of judgment onto you as part of the group. And I guess I really didn't know you like individually until you started streaming. But I've always thought you're a nice fellow. That's it. No. You're all right. 7 out of 10. No. Your responses to things like in the chats we were in were always very short, succinct, but they always had like a lot of meaning to them. So it was like I could tell you were someone that, even though you were just basically shit posting, you really like considered more complex ideas and stuff. It wasn't just essentially pee pee poo poo humor. It was really like trying to make people laugh. I guess I kind of picked up on you being a natural, like, entertainer kind of person early on. Even though it's not natural, it's definitely a talent you build up.
Yeah. Because, my follow-up question was going to be, like, there was that period where you knew me before stream, you just knew me, like, here and there through messages. We didn't really interact with each other directly. And then I started streaming, but when I started streaming, we weren't really talking individually just yet, even then.
No.
So, like, was that your perception of me at that time? Like, quote-unquote, natural entertainer?
Yeah, I think so. I mean, it was rough. You had a rough mic. There wasn't really anyone talking in chat to bounce off of, but you were still really entertaining even then. Like, the Undertale stream, well, that was pretty early on.
Yeah, that was like 2 weeks into it, yeah.
Everyone's seen Undertale. It's pretty straightforward. And, I mean, it's a hilarious game, right? But you made it really funny with just how you reacted to everything. You defeated Sans, Undyne. That was hilarious.
Yeah.
Popping off after defeating Undyne. It was a very entertaining playthrough to watch, and that was even with the kind of a scuffed mic and whatnot.
Yeah, I remember there were so many like inside jokes that came from that Undertale stream.
There was. From every one of your streams, there's always new stuff coming out. You always develop new things as part of your community. That's just one of the great strengths you have.
Yeah, I just remember that stream specifically because like those jokes, they were like forever etched into my mind because like as time went on, I kind of realized that was like kind of, for lack of a better word, the brand of my humor in my streams, and that like there was one point where I was stepping away to use the bathroom real quick. I said I was like gonna drink my seltzer again, and then after I drank my seltzer, I said in my like corporate show voice like, "This stream brought to you by White Claw, game on with Butterfinger." And then like this was in like another Undertale stream, like maybe like the next day, you did the lurk command, you just did the command lurk, and then like I stumbled over my words and I said, "Have a nice lurk, jerk," instead of like "Have a nice lurk, Jert." And then I just started like busting out laughing, and everyone in chat was laughing too. And I just like I look back on those moments because like it's just like silly little offhand moments I feel really capture when I'm most in the zone when I'm streaming, when I do something silly and then I just kind of like roll with it as an ongoing joke and everything. It didn't really register with me at all that I was being entertaining, quote unquote, in that stream. I thought it was just bullshitting, honestly. So like after you got to know me, what was your estimation then?
Oof. It's all right. I would say could be better. Yeah, I'm not sure, honestly, because, I avoided watching streamers that had high energy, almost put on like a persona,
right?
Yelling at chat and whatnot. And you check off a lot of those boxes of things I don't like, but it's still really entertaining to watch you. Maybe it's the connection I have with you. Even though it's a bit much for me to just pop in and watch you sometimes and interact because the chat's all flying and whatnot, I still love lurking. I feel like I lurk a lot more than I used to.
I feel like I got busier.
Yeah, a lot busier. We're both busier.
To be fair, I look back on myself too. I sometimes watch my streams over again just to see how I'm doing, or if
just because you're super vain, yeah.
Because I'm super vain, yeah, obviously.
Yeah, obviously, yeah.
I also just get kind of bewildered myself at how I'm able to be that kind of person. I was actually telling someone this last night. I started talking to another streamer recently. They only met me like a couple days ago. They were like, "Oh, how did you find me, by the way?" And I was explaining, and I was explaining my whole background as a streamer, and like I was saying, like when I started out, I thought I'd be like a cozy, comfy streamer myself, actually. And then like when I said that, they were just like LMFAO in all caps because like they only know me as the person I am now.
Right.
I was just like, yeah, I know that ship has completely sailed.
Honestly, I thought you'd be a comfy streamer streamer too, with, you know, the White Claw voice. Didn't quite mumble, but you definitely had a lower tone voice starting out, like with the Resident Evil streams and whatnot.
Oh, yeah. That was mostly nervousness.
Yeah, I'm picking up on that now. It was you still in your shell.
Seriously, I say this all the time, but I really do encourage everybody to go back and watch, like, my first VOD from way back in the day, because my voice sounds completely different, too. Like, you could tell I didn't know how to control my voice. Like, literally, I'm not talking about in a figurative sense, but, like, literally, my voice was completely different, and it just took some getting used to for me. So what have you noticed as my longest mod?
I might be, honestly. That's the only reason I'm your mod, right? Because I'm an inch taller than you, I think.
Wait, are you?
Yeah, I'm 5'10". You're 5.
I'm 5'9". Yeah.
Or you're no, that's right. You're like 3'7" or something.
Yeah, exactly. Fuck, what was I gonna say? So, what have you noticed?
Just in general.
Just in general.
Grass is growing.
I'm trying to. This is so fucking weird. I'm trying to like actually have a conversation with you, but like it's like I said before, we've never had a conversation where we're trying to like force things to say.
Yeah.
Not that we're forcing anything. It's more just like we're trying to like we know that we're being recorded right now.
Oh shit! Are we? I forgot what I wrote in on the topics. I'm pretty sure I put like 7 things in there though. I could talk about modding stuff. It's boring though.
That's the thing, because like I want to talk about like streamer stuff, but like at the same time I don't want to put you on the spot because I know certain topics can be a little touchy and certain topics can also be really awkward.
Keep it general.
Yeah, we could keep it general. Okay, so Jert filled out a form. In the name field, he put in his name. Preferred method of contact, he put quantum tunneling.
Oh, that's so good.
What do you prefer we talk about? Anything. Speedrunning, modding, dealing with the fear of missing out, external validation and the toxic effect it can have on personal thoughts, how to find the best brunch places, literally just shit-talking each other for 2 hours, etc. Could do all that shit.
Oh, well, we did the last one.
Literally just shit-talking?
Yeah, we do that every day, right? You make me join the special mod-only voice channel, and you just yell at me for like 2 hours.
For clarity, everybody, that doesn't happen. That doesn't happen, okay? For clarity, everybody, I want you to know that doesn't actually happen. I love my mods.
Speaking of mods, yeah, we could talk about some like moderation stuff. I got some things. So like modding for Nyaners, that was tough. Honestly, there's a lot of creepos out there. The chat flew by at the speed of light. It was all kind of new. I'm no longer a mod for her. It was a bit too much for me. I took what I learned there, which was a lot, and kind of modding for the small guys now. I don't really do a whole lot because there's honestly not a whole lot that you have to do. It's not a lot of like, I guess like existential threats to your Twitch account really for the average user. I'm kind of against like censorship in general, which is kind of a whole nother topic. But as a moderator, that's kind of, you know, kind of goes against that because your whole thing is to stop someone from saying something that makes someone else feel uncomfortable. So I was very much in the mindset that you should mod reactively. Someone should have to say something that you should have to remove. But I think moderating, especially in the last like year or two, I've really accepted taking a more proactive approach. Blocking terms before they can ever enter the chat is one of the best tools that you can have. Just taking efforts to minimize the impact that bad actors can have on chat or your stream or Discord or wherever it is.
Right.
Safe spaces are very valuable, and someone saying one thing can ruin that safe space for someone else, which is really tricky. So not sure where to take this topic. That's really all I had.
No, I absolutely agree. You say you don't do much, but you really actually, I feel like your knowledge of modding is so fine-tuned compared to, like, compared to me, for instance, where just on a practical level, I don't know how to implement certain things. And, like, you're the first person I think of when I'm trying to block a certain term. Yeah, just also, like, hesitation when using certain bots, too. Can I trust this bot? Like,
which is why I tell people to be wary of using these savior-esque Twitch tools, Twitch moderation tools that other people make. If you don't write the code yourself, be hesitant on running it.
So what caused the switch in your minds between like being more reactive to proactive?
I'm not sure it was any one event. I think maybe just constantly having to delete the same messages over and over from different people. It's like, ultimately, my job will never end unless something changes. And as my energy level and time decreased, getting busier, spreading myself thin across, multiple accounts, moderating, stuff like that. It was, do I have the time to do this in 10 different chats? And is it even really worth it? Because they're still saying these things that, if you have certain Chrome extensions or something, you can still see deleted messages. So ultimately, even if you delete a message, you're not really deleting it for every user. So it was taking a more proactive approach, just making sure that these people just aren't in the community. They can't speak using certain words. Bots are taken out immediately. Anytime you see a bot, don't just ban the bot. Block the part of the term they used. One thing that's been really nice, being a moderator in so many channels, more recently, Twitch has actually started, I guess, considering the actions of its own user base, which is pretty nice and different. People are getting banned for saying slurs and stuff like that. And being a moderator in a lot of chats means that when someone says one of those things in one chat, I can ban them in 10 channels and then report them, and the automated system will take them out immediately.
I feel like this just happens like naturally in certain communities, especially in the VTuber communities. I'm actually part of like a server now that I was added to it last week after a collab with my friend Pocky, where it's just like a moderator server where we share information about someone who's been banned in one channel, because we're all like mods for like 20 different channels and stuff.
Yeah.
And for example, someone was being really shitty in my chat, like harassing another viewer in my stream. They went so far as to make like another account just to shit talk that viewer in my stream. And then yeah, we just shared it with everybody around us, and then like we banned them everywhere. And it's just good to be apprised of these things, because like it prevents a future headache, since like our communities, each of us in this shared server, are so closely knit. Like we share huge overlap in our communities. It's only natural that like if we run into that person in one stream, they'll be in another. And like sure enough, when I was modded in like my friend Arva's stream, for instance, just out of curiosity, I looked up someone that I banned previously a while ago. I saw that they were chatting in Arva's stream every so often, like saying the same stupid wacky shit in Arva's stream. It's like providing more background to another person who's a streamer who is not getting good vibes from a viewer, but is hesitant about banning them because like they might think that they're just like joking and might not have any ill intent behind their actions. Like I think like providing the proof of like being like, hey, they were shitty in my stream and this is the evidence, like that goes a really long way. It really helps to give you like a sense of affirmation that like, yeah, I banned this person and I'm not going to feel bad about it because they're being shitty everywhere. It's not just in my stream.
Mm-hmm. And you have to really consider you get a bad vibe from someone and you can't ban them just for the bad vibe if that's all you have, because that's just a feeling.
Right.
But at the end of the day, you're a human moderator because robots cannot do this job. And that feeling does mean something. Don't act on it immediately, but having this like moderator server or talking with fellow streamers or even seeing people get banned in other chats that you might have in your own chat, it's nice to be able to validate that feeling and give a sense of like finality to, I don't want this person here. And that's another thing, is when you have a user that is kind of in the gray area, they haven't quite broken an exact rule, but they're really uncomfy. Sometimes you just have to say, I don't want this person in my community. That sort of thing might only be for you. That might only be for your community. Someone else might accept that sort of gray behavior more openly. So those things are what you have to watch out for. You don't want to like report those to these sort of moderation servers.
Yeah, people say my streams are chaotic. Like I can name off the top of my head a few friends of mine who are like way more chaotic, quote unquote, than I am in terms of how they conduct their streams. They have more leeway with like spam, for instance. This is just an example. I think people who are coming across my streams for the first time think that spam is allowed just because I read everything in chat, or I try to acknowledge everything in chat, and I also talk very quickly.
Or you say every 30 seconds, can I get a line of cat jams in the chat?
Oh yeah. But like I would hope they understand in that instance. That's like me doing a call to action. It's not me saying like post whatever the fuck you want in my chat.
Right.
You were talking about like how things are okay in one stream, but there might not be in another, and they're not necessarily rule breaking. Like my streams are a prime example of that. I've heard from like one or two viewers of mine who I really like, and I'm not going to name them by name, who are very supportive of me and who I really like, who like mentioned offhand in like not in a stream chat, but like in like a general chat somewhere else, they were like, oh yeah, that streamer actually banned me, and I really do not know why. And I was like, wait, what, really? What's okay vibes with me is apparently bad vibes to another person. That makes everything like a little more tricky to navigate when you're ultimately deciding like whether to keep someone around. Like I'm always trying to understand the intent behind someone's actions. Ultimately, I try my best to be very forgiving with everybody. It takes up a lot of mental headspace thinking about all that shit.
It does.
I'm not trying to make myself into a martyr when I say that shit, but yeah, it really does. Like, seriously. I could go a whole 4-hour stream feeling really good, but then after I end stream, all I think about is this 1-2-minute awkward incident with like a really shitty viewer. It ruins the vibe. I wish I had a cozy way to resolve this little anecdote, but like, honestly, it's just something you have to get used to, unfortunately.
Yeah.
Because people are going to be random like that always.
Being an empath is really exhausting.
Why do you have to fucking take the wind out of everything I say?
Look, now we're laughing at the end of your anecdote. I love giving you a hard time.
I know you do. We could come back to modding. I want to go back to speedrunning.
I love speedrunning. I wish I had more time to dedicate to it, and I wish my hands could withstand it. I've never really been part of, an active community for speedrunning. It's just something I did on my own as a hobby, but I just started it one day, more than 10 years ago. It's fun. You do end up doing the same thing over and over, but ultimately, it's like any trade, I guess you could say, like woodworking or something. You could make 100 chairs, but when you make it exactly right, all that effort you put in kind of pays off. And so even though it's me playing a game made forever ago, it's nice just being good at that one thing.
Was it with Super Metroid at first? I know you're a big Super Metroid speedrun fan.
I've always been a pretty big gamer, very competitive and in local multiplayer back in the day before the internet let us play together. And
wait, what? Really?
Wait, what do you mean? Why are you reacting like that?
No, wait, did you say before the internet?
Before the internet really let us play together.
Okay, yeah. Sorry.
What was the first console that had internet access? Technically the PS2 did, but you had to have the special thing. So
yeah.
I guess PS3 was really the first time that you could play online games together.
I mean, Xbox had if you had a LAN connection.
Oh yeah, the Xbox. I never had an Xbox. I guess PC also had internet from the get-go.
Oh, right. PC.
Who played PC games back then? I played Diablo 2, actually. That was one of my very first games online.
I played Counter-Strike all the time. So there's that.
But I've always been someone to, I got to get first place. I got to do better than the next person. And speedrunning lets you do that solo because you're competing against, times on a leaderboard somewhere. You don't have to get another person to play with you. And that was kind of appealing. These days, there's tons of online competitive games. And, if I was younger getting into gaming, I'd probably be all over things like Overwatch or Valorant.
It's mostly the competitive aspect for you with speedrunning?
It is competitive in the sense that I want to be better than what I was before, and I want to be better than other people. So it's always something to strive for.
I see. Okay. What's your best time in your best game?
The only one that I've had any sort of would be considered a ranked timing would be Super Metroid. I'm not actually sure what my best time is because they switched the timing method from when I first started playing when I was really into it. They went from timing it in game time to timing it real life time. And I never timed myself real life until recently.
Oh, I see.
But I had an in-game time of 50 minutes exactly. You can kind of compare it on the IRL times now. If you go look up speedrun.com, I think I would actually rank on there if I had uploaded my run.
Oh, shit. Okay. So you ever going to go back to it?
Yeah, I still play Super Metroid every now and then. I just don't turn on the stream that often.
I'm starting to watch more speedrunners again, and I kind of want to get into Dark Souls speedruns myself, actually.
Yeah, do it.
Yeah, we're just bouncing from topic to topic. I want to speedrun this fucking topic list that you gave me, actually.
Oh shit.
Points 4 and 5: dealing with the fear of missing out, external validation, and the toxic effect it can have on personal thoughts. How do you deal with the fear of missing out?
So there's a lot to miss out on these days, isn't there? I deal with it by... Geez, I don't know. This is a tough topic. Why did I write this? Well, there's always tomorrow, right? And with things like Twitch, there's always VODs. You can always go back and see that. And it even stores chat if you watch it on Twitch. And these topics are actually kind of connected in a way because you don't have to be a part of everything. I think defining your own happiness is just getting as much as you want. You don't have to plaster yourself to someone else or some other object. You don't have to seek others' approvals for things either. Some of your moderators say, I'm sorry, I'm going to miss your streams, or I'm going to miss the stream today, won't be able to be there. And that's totally fine. I miss a lot of your streams. And that doesn't mean that I don't support you. That doesn't mean I don't want to be part of the community. Stuff like that. It's not like I'm pulling back. It's, everyone has an amount of energy, and you should definitely be spending most of your energy on yourself.
I actually kind of scolded my mods the other day. I don't know if you saw. I was like, periodic reminder, but seriously, do not ever say sorry for not being able to mod or missing a stream. Like, you're modding for me as a favor to me. So, like, seriously, just take care of yourselves. I said this to them, like, by saying sorry, you're essentially saying that my time is worth more than yours. I didn't say that specifically. I think I just said, by saying sorry, you're putting yourself down, which is the same thing. Like, you're saying my time is worth more than yours, and that's not true. Don't ever say sorry for taking care of yourself. It's ridiculous.
Yeah, absolutely.
I would say that's mostly just like anxiety, because like I myself do feel sorry sometimes when I'm missing a friend's stream who I really, really like, that I really want to support. But you only have like so much time in the goddamn day, and I'm not like boosting myself up when I say this, but me especially, like today, after I do this podcast, I have to go record another semen cookbook video, and then after that I have a collab, and then after that I have to edit the video, and then I have to get up early tomorrow to go to work in the office. We all have our own shit going on.
Yeah.
Your time to yourself is the most important thing, just like my time to myself is the most important thing. So don't ever feel sorry about using your time however the fuck you want to use your time.
Absolutely. All the Enrico mods are cuties too. They're so nice. They really do want to put as much effort as possible into this new thing that they have. They do a lot of work, and they're always in the chats, and they're always chatting and stuff. So they've definitely done more than enough.
They really have to more than enough. I don't mean to sound like a fucking like manager talking about his subordinates. It's really not that. I'm talking more about like when I put out that mod application form, it was like a very loose thing where like I actually already had certain people in mind, and I was like, oh, if they respond to this, I'm definitely putting them on the mod team. And it turns out like a few of the people who I was already thinking about, like for example, I'm gonna call Nat and Liam out specifically. I always bring those two up specifically, like Nat and Liam specifically up, because like Nat and Liam started off as viewers of mine back in January of this year, February this year. Like, so I've only known them for like 2 months at most, but ever since I met them, I got like such a good vibe from them, just from the way they talked and how supportive they were. Also, just based on the fact that they're obviously very, very smart people. I was like, oh, like obviously that's a fucking no-brainer. I want them on my mod team, and it's like the best decision I ever made. Not saying like the other mods that I have on my mod team aren't great either, but I'm just saying like I've known everybody except for Nat and Liam on my mod team for like well over half a year now, for the most part. Yeah, as Jert said, they're all a bunch of cuties.
We took those joke topics, and I think we answered them fairly well, and then tied it back into moderation. Nice.
We only answered the FOMO one. We didn't answer the external validation and the toxic effect it can have on personal thoughts. That's a good topic.
Oh, okay. I dislike social media in general. I would consider Discord social media, but I do like Discord a little bit more because at least it supplies me with funny memes. It hasn't been invaded by like boomers yet, talking about politics and stuff. It's much easier to tailor your own experience in Discord.
Yeah.
But like, I see a lot of people hung up on numbers a lot, specifically like Twitch numbers, but also, as general content creators, TikTok numbers, Twitter followers, anywhere there's a social platform, people get hung up on those a lot. And if you're wanting to do this as a job, I can understand that. It's a paycheck for you. But at the end of the day, even if it's a paycheck for you, you want to supply viewers with a genuine experience. I feel that is the best way to really get growth, to get a bigger paycheck, if that's your goal. If you're not trying to get a bigger paycheck, then why would you try and push numbers to start with? Just get big number, feel good? Because I think the validation you'd get from being yourself, doing whatever you want to do, playing a quirky game from 20 years ago that no one knows, that no one will care to watch, you'll get a handful of people to say, oh, I remember this game growing up. I rented it from Blockbuster. That's a throwback. I think the handful of times you'll get that is going to be more authentically rewarding than seeing Twitter followers go from 3K to 4K.
Speaking from my perspective, it's still tough though, because like you're still in that mindset of I want this to be a job, therefore numbers matter.
Right.
It's hard to really extricate yourself from that mindset.
It is. And the numbers do matter because they're measuring something, right? And just like all measurements, it's up to you to put a value to that as the observer. You need to have a right priority list. The number itself should not be the thing that drives your content, I feel like. But you can still use it as a tool. I have these 8 different projects I want to do. I can't decide what I personally want to do. Maybe fall back on the numbers and say, oh, well, a lot of people liked this one. Maybe I'll put that ahead of my other projects. It's not the same as inventing projects to try and meet your follower goals. Cough. Making semen cookbook videos constantly. I have to assume that because you're agreeing with me, you're not doing this for the numbers, but you really, really are passionate about this.
I'm really passionate about coming in food, yeah.
Yeah.
Not that I'm defending myself, because I know you're joking, but like I really do enjoy making those videos, and most of the time I actually do have trouble thinking of like original content to make for YouTube, because I don't want it only to be like highlights from my streams or just podcasts and
VODs.
stuff like that. Yeah. I want to like vary up my content, which is why I wanted to do a whole like Throne reviews on my YouTube. And I'm like running out of Throne gifts to review that I could actually review. I'm not gonna fucking review like a fucking, like, I got gifted a Tenga. I'm not gonna review a fucking Tenga on my YouTube.
Oh, where will you review it then? Plexstorm?
If Plexstorm comes back, I'll review it on Plexstorm.
You heard it here, folks. The promise has been made.
I'm fulfilling a need with those semen cookbook videos, because name any other content creator who makes semen cookbook videos. You can't. You literally can't.
God, I wish so much that I could name.
I'm gonna name drop this person. I was in Rainho's stream earlier today. Literally the minute I joined the stream, like I didn't even say hi or anything. I forgot what brought it up, but then like out of nowhere she was like, by the way, there's this VTuber who comes up on my TikTok FYP all the time who makes recipes with his own cum. The point of those videos is that, obviously, let me be blunt, like I am doing this because like people are tuning into my streams. I'm getting so many followers just based on these 3 videos I have on my YouTube. I got YouTube partner and like 6,000 more followers on my YouTube. For the most part, I mean, I already had like other content there too, and like Giggity works super hard on like the VOD highlights and stuff. But like based on the response on like TikTok, with like that one TikTok I have that has 1.3 million views, like obviously like it resonated with people in its own sick, demented way. I would be foolish not to capitalize on this.
Yeah, I can definitely see that. Just don't jump the shark.
I mean, I'm measuring it as it comes. That's that.
Are you?
Wow.
I think literally.
I did not think of that sentence before I said it, like genuinely. That was not a pun. Holy shit. I'm rolling with the punches. I do plan to like every so often break it up, but like for now, I really do want to like laser focus on this because it's helping me grow.
Mm-hmm.
It's not anything that's making me uncomfortable. Like seriously, this is kind of a segue, but my motivation for making that first semen cookbook video was actually just because like I have all my weird Throne gifts on like a little desk in my living room that I pass by every time I go from my bedroom to my kitchen, and the semen cookbook was on the top, and like every time I passed by, like the thought would cross my mind where I would say to myself, I'm probably not going to make a video about that one. That's probably going a little too far. I'm not going to like drink my own cum just for the content. And then like earlier in April, I was just extremely depressed. I remember I was walking by the cookbook and I was like, you know what, fuck it. Like I'm so goddamn depressed. I'm just gonna make this video and see what happens. And then I ended up making that video and it resonated with people.
It popped off, yeah.
Yeah, something good came out of my depressive spell in that like my mind just kind of shifted. I'm like no longer self-conscious about making cum cookbook videos.
What a story.
I remember our friend Yugamal was like roasting me in chat when I was sharing this yesterday. He was like saying like, God, I'm so depressed I could eat my own cum. That's going to be my new shit post. I'm just going to say, God, I'm so depressed I could eat my own cum.
I love Yuga.
I love Yuga too. Hope he's doing okay. So I really want to clarify with people, I'm not uncomfortable making those videos. I seem grossed out while I'm making those videos, but I really do not give a shit. My threshold for like being, I mean, it's me doing it obviously. My threshold for me being weirded out by the stuff I do is very, very high. So like just expect more of those videos.
You know, I like your videos too. Not so much for the content, although they're pretty funny, but my favorite part of them are the comments, the reactions. The people are just like across TikTok and YouTube and even your Discord.
I was actually thinking of making like a video just like reacting to the comments I got on my semen cookbook videos, because some of them are like actually like really, really funny.
They are, yeah.
People make the same exact jokes over and over again, like, oh, he's eating his own babies, it's his cannibalism, etc., etc. And then you have people like in disbelief. The reaction like runs the entire gamut, and I really just want to like highlight some of them because some of them actually made me like bowl over in laughter. But I didn't know you noticed that.
Yeah. I go through your videos sometimes and read the comments. Whenever I watch YouTube videos, I get bored like of actually like watching something. I'm mostly like an audio person, so I'll like scroll through the comments and like read those while I'm listening to the video.
Oh, I see. Oh, okay.
I have too much of a Zoomer brain. I always got to be doing something.
It also just blows my mind that I have like very wholesome friends that whenever they pop by my streams, I'm just like, hide the cum cup. Because Jesus Christ, I'm so sorry that my streams have taken this trajectory. I don't want you to think less of me, but yeah, this is me now.
Deranged streamer Enrico Zenitani.
So, Jert, I have a proposition for you.
Deal.
Oh.
I don't know what it is, but I'm in.
Let's get brunch together, because that was your last topic.
Oh, yeah. Oh, man, I love brunch. That's the best meal of the day. And my favorite places to find are brunch places that no one knows about because I don't really like other people that much. in general. If I can find a place that is just like empty but serves brunch, it's perfect.
Did we do it? I feel like I had like a bunch of different things.
Did we do it? I don't remember us doing it.
I mean, you kind of touched on this before when we were talking about those serious topics, but if there's one thing, I want to do this more with my future guests. Like, if there's one thing you want to impart to the world, what is it?
Be nicer to people. It's free to be nice. Just do that.
And Jertagadlafrata, plug yourself. Where can we find you?
Nowhere.
Oh, nowhere? Okay, good.
You can find me on twitch.tv/Jertagadlafrata. Good luck spelling it. I also have a YouTube channel that is pretty disconnected. I don't upload content, so don't waste your time there.
Please show some love to not just Jert, but to all my mods. Not that I see my mods as just my mods. My mods are my friends, but at the same time, we're talking about streamer stuff here. Everyone, next time you see Jert, say hi with a little heart and a smiley face and a pants grab.
And the pants grab, yeah. Thanks.
Yeah.
Everyone follow Enrico. He's an up-and-coming streamer. He just hit partner. No one knows about him yet, but he's gonna hit the scene pretty hard.
We need a quirky way to end this. I don't know a quirky way to end this.
What's one of our ancient memes? Pungalo or something?
Pungalo. Nobody knows what that is. Oh, that's obscure enough.
Don't explain it at all.
Pungalo.
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 Pungalo. Pungalo. Pungalo. Pungalo. Pungalo.
Pungalo.